Hello, FBC Salinas. Pastor John coming to you with another edition of the Midweek Refresher video, where I desire to do two things. Number one, provide you information, and number two, provide you inspiration in the middle of your week. Certainly every week is going well, and if not, you got it. I hope this video is used by the Lord to encourage you and remind you that He is with you every step of the way. So let's get to the informational portion of the video. The one and only thing that we're really concerned about right now, at least for these next few days, is Closer Walk. Closer Walk is happening this upcoming Saturday. We'll meet here around 3 o'clock. We'll be back here around 5 o'clock or so in that area. We have the privilege of going down to Chinatown through the ministry of Closer Walk and feeding people there. And so we'll be doing a Thanksgiving themed meal for the folks down in Chinatown. If you have questions about this, simply reach out to Tracy at fbcsalinas.com, and she will get that information to you as well as answer the questions that you may very well have. This has been a great experience for our church, getting more and more tied in with that great ministry and being used by the Lord to remind people that they matter to God and that they are not forgotten. All right? So that's the main announcement. This upcoming Saturday, Closer Walk, meeting here at 3 o'clock. Thanksgiving theme. If you have questions, email Tracy at fbcsalinas.com. All right, so that's it for the informational portion. We now come to the inspirational portion. You may very well think that it's a long ways off, but it's not. It's really close. What am I talking about? Well, I'm not going to tell you, but I'm going to invite over Kylie Sloan to talk to us about
Streets of Bethlehem.
Streets of Bethlehem. Perhaps you've heard of it, perhaps you haven't heard of it. Kylie, tell us, how long has Streets of Bethlehem been going on?
This will be the 34th year of Streets of Bethlehem.
34 years.
So it's been going on a long time, and we are getting ready for it again. Right. So it is 3 weeks from tomorrow. It's approaching very soon.
Very soon. Very soon. 3 weeks from tomorrow, which is amazing, right? So you said 34 years. You've been involved in Streets of Bethlehem for how many years?
Technically 34, although I am 33 years old. It's a little bit of a head scratcher.
That's a math problem. That doesn't compute in my mind, but that's okay. So, but you've been involved from the very beginning is really what it boils down to. And now you're at this place of overseeing it, right? How have you seen Streets of Bethlehem in the last number of years change? Is that a fair question?
Yes. Every year we try to do little changes just to keep it interesting for people who come through every single year as a family. And so that's always on our minds of how can we make this a little more interactive, a little more interesting. And also how can we make it reach people's hearts a little bit more. And so we try to keep tweaking those things over the years and see what God brings. Each year we get different people involved, and everyone has their own gift and their own testimony. And so the skills that God's given them, Streets is able to use. We've had stilt walkers, jugglers. I mean, we can use any skill God's given you.
You can use any skill for this particular event, which is amazing to me. So, and it's from youngest to oldest, right?
Yes.
So where are we as far as what are your that's the wrong, well, I'll just say it anyway. What are your concerns about this upcoming year?
So this year, we can be praying for good weather.
Yep.
It is raining way more this time of year than it has in the past 5 years. And so every time it rains, I say, thank you for the rain, but please help it not rain between December 4 and 7. So please pray with me on that.
Yep,
and then also people. So it's a trust game from our perspective of the leadership team. We look at the roster, we're like, okay, we have 40 people. You know, we've got to get to at least 100 to be able to run Streets.
100 people to do Streets effectively, right? 100 people. Okay.
And so each year, God brings them. It's often the week before. So it's easier when people sign up sooner.
Right.
And we can do more things because we know we have the bases covered. Now we can get creative and make these little rolls up. So if you know that you want to help with Streets, please sign up today.
And the way that the sign, it's pretty simple, isn't it? I mean, they pretty much just sign up and say, hey, here's where I'd like to do, what I'd like to do, what I think I'm good at. And people, it's easy for you to then just plug and play, right?
It is. If you have never served before, I really encourage you to give it a try. And what's really neat is if you have someone that you want to spend time with, you're like, oh, I should do something with them, bring them with you. Because when you get to serve alongside someone, you get to know them more, you get to spend time with them, and you get to reach other people for the Lord while you're serving with.
Right.
someone.
And so it's December 4th to the 7th from 6 to 8. What are you hoping will happen this year?
We are hoping that people come to hear Jesus.
The gospel.
Hear the gospel and be changed by Jesus. And obviously, we have an actor, but Jesus is with us, and they can have an experience with him through the streets of Bethlehem that we portray.
Is there anything different this year that you guys are trying to implement that you haven't in the past?
So, Lord willing, we will have people coming through the church as they exit the streets of Bethlehem. And that is very different. We are still solving a few things logistically, so that is, Lord willing, the plan.
Right.
As usual, we will see what it looks like when it's happening.
Yeah.
So,
and I would imagine there are some people that perhaps are thinking, well, if I walk into that church, it's going to collapse on me, or so that's the way some people think. But it's also just try and break down that barrier, correct?
we want to show them that we want to be hospitable to them, and they can walk through and see that the roof doesn't collapse.
Right.
They can see this is what the sanctuary looks like. This is what, if I were to walk in one Sunday, I would already know what it looks like. And it's kind of removing a little bit of that barrier for them.
Because people want, I believe this, that there are plenty of people that want to come to church. They simply are petrified of getting out of the car and going in because of, where am I supposed to go? But this helps just in a very small way, but yet a significant way to perhaps remove one of those barriers, right?
Yes.
Okay. How can we be praying for you?
Increased trust that God will bring everything together as he always does. We have a short-term memory, but
Right. That's very true.
and I'm very purpose-driven, so I love a mission, and sometimes it's hard to remember the people along the way and being gracious. And the biggest point is doing things with the people, not so much the mission. So
Right. So, and that's a struggle, right? I mean, and that's because we know we have a task before us and it's got to get done. Yet at times we forget, as you just said, the people. This is a massive thing. Jesus was about people. He had a task that he had to get done, but he was also about people. And so often we focus on tasks rather than this whole thing. May the peace of Christ rule in your heart, right? And may that happen as you continue through this thing.
it was a great sermon on Sunday to
Aren't
remind
all
me
of
of
them
that.
great?
So
I'm
this
joking.
one was especially
Okay,
great
well, there you go.
and timely.
Well,
so
thank you. You're very welcome. So that was rather arrogant on my part, but what do whatever. So, but is there anything else we need to know?
Sign up today, and if you're not sure what to do, just there's a spot on there, call me, and we will. Don't worry, if you don't want to wear a costume, we won't put you in a costume.
Right.
If you don't want to be on stage, we won't put you on stage.
Right.
So don't be worried that you're going to get shoehorned in this spot.
Right.
We will find where your interests are and what you love to do, and hopefully work that in and put you in a spot where you can have a lot of fun and be very blessed by serving at streets.
That's it's an amazing thing. So I can encourage you people, all of us, to get involved one way or the other. We're going to be praying. We're also going to be volunteering with whatever, and sometimes I think we don't think, well, I don't really have that big of a gift. It's about being available. Your availability is your greatest gift, and that's all you're asking us.
Yes.
Is for us to be available, right? And it can be 1 day, 2 day, 1 night,
Yes.
2 nights, 3 nights, 4, it can be all nights, whatever. But we're simply asking for availability.
Yes.
Right? That
With a
works for me.
smile.
With a smile. You have a lovely smile.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. So, you have any questions you want to ask me?
What's your favorite thing about streets?
I love that question. I get to, and I've asked this intentionally, right? I've asked to not be in front. I love milling around. I love interacting with the people who are in line. I love going through the marketplace. Every now and then I get arrested, get thrown in jail. Well, that's not always fun, but at the same time, it's entertaining. But that's what I love to do. I enjoy the interaction with people, and then simply being able to see God use this seriously in people's lives. So that's what I enjoy doing. I get to wear a jacket that says security on it. I'm going, I think that's a stretch for me, right? But I'm more than happy to do that, So I'll do whatever. I'll do whatever you need me to do. But that's what I enjoy
Appreciate
about
that.
it. You're very welcome. All right. Anything else? We're good? December 4 to 7 from 6 to 8. Sign up now, not later. Help Kylie out by giving her more people on this list, and so she and her team, because you have a great team.
Absolutely.
Right? The team can do a wonderful
There
job.
are so many people that help pull this off, and
you love being the spokesperson, don't you?
of course.
Of course you do. Of course you do. So, all right, that'll do it. All right, so December 4 to 7, 6 to 8. You have any questions? Oh, email info@fbcsalinas.com. Is that okay? And then we'll get that to you, right?
Yep.
We're good there. Okay, that's it. All right, Kylie, we're going to sign off. So have a great rest of the day. We'll see you later.
Shalom.
Shalom. Nice job. Shalom. We're out.